from Cumberland Battery, and I am going to talk to people about, something that we all want, something that we all seek, which is love. And I just want to get some other people's intake on it, and see what other people's point of views are. Let's look at, let's ask all race, genders, male, female, each community, and just see what we could find out. If we could get some insight on how can we be in a better relationship. What are the goods about us? What are the bads about us? Are we the bad guys? Are you, just picking the wrong person? Are you the type of person that's always playing victim? You know what I'm saying? Okay. So hi, I first want to thank you for stopping. You're the first person that actually stopped for me today. I'm for the singles, the people out here still wanting love, even though they haven't had any luck in finding love. Yep. We know how hard it is to stay in relationships, and I just want to get some insight from people that are the troopers, that are the OGs in here, right. And holding it down in the married life. Yes. All right, first I want to say, how long have you... There you go. How long have you been married?
I've been married for a little over 8 years.
Okay. And then, how did you meet?
I met my significant other at a bar on St. Patrick's Day in Baltimore.
The people that I've known that has been in the longest relationships met each other at a bar or nightclub.
Yeah. That was before social media. We had a cell phone, but we weren't on it. So it was just being ourselves and being around friends and listening to music and dancing and that kind of stuff.
That's great. Okay, what are the good things that have come out of you as a woman that you feel came from being with your husband, being in a relationship?
I would just say he's helped me grow, so he's been very supportive and by my side. So before moving to Atlanta, I finished school, got an education, and then my career job. So it's just that support of him just being there, kind of holding things down.
That is awesome. And that's, a lot of us need that. A lot of relationships end because they don't have that supportive thing. So last question. What is some wisdom that you could share with us single people out here, still being optimistic, still wanting love, but not finding the right person?
I would just say put yourself out there. Just don't be afraid to just go out there, even if it's by yourself, and just have lunch and socialize. Don't be afraid to spark up a conversation. And I do believe there's true love out there. I had a friend who was in Atlanta for a long time, single, and she met her husband at a gym. And she said, I was checking him out for a long time, and she finally approached him, and now they're married and with a kid. So, and that happened in the span of 2 years. So
that's awesome. And thank you for sharing that. Yeah. I really, really appreciate you sharing your information with us. I am a true believer in love. I actually believe that love can heal the world, and if there was more love in the world, that we would be way surpassed where we could go.
Absolutely, I agree.
So thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
All right, first I want to thank my second couple for giving me a chance to come up to them and bother them while they were cuddling. But I have some questions for the single people, the people that are still out there looking for love. And I just have a couple of questions. Are you cool with that?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so our first question is, how long have you been together?
It's been 2 years.
How did you meet?
We knew each other since high school. So basically high school.
Wow, that's awesome. Okay. What is the honest truth you can say to single people struggling to find the one, but they're still optimistic, like they're still hoping for a relationship? Because we know that relationships are tough. Everyone that has ever been in a long-term relationship always tells me it's tough. It's not the Disney princess movie, but what can you say to people that, still want a relationship?
I would say let it come to you. Love is something that you just I feel like going out, going to be yourself in places helps with you, find love. But definitely, it's gonna come. Don't rush it. Don't rush the process. Yeah,
That's some real good wisdom. Because a lot of us, the most basic things, I feel like we don't have that common sense, and we have to be honest about it. We have to be like, okay, the reason why we're single, it's not always the other person's bad. It could be issues that we're dealing with and things like that,
Yeah.
So it's like what you said is true. It's just about taking your time, getting to know the other person. Okay, and what are the good things that you feel has come out of you as a woman from being with him?
He taught me a lot of I'm very antisocial and I have anxiety, so
that's why you were looking at me when I came to you. Thank you.
So his patience with me and telling me like it's okay, or just going out in places helped me like.
Wow.
He always reassures me everything's gonna be okay. Like
you're giving me goosebumps.
Yeah. So I guess if you find love, the person should be able to bring something out of you that you didn't know was in yourself or insecurity in yourself. So like I said, I have anxiety, so going out places, being in the open.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That is beautiful. I'm sorry. That is so beautiful. And then you're extra beautiful. Like that is very beautiful. Well put together. And then the last question to bother you with. What is a wisdom truth you can share to singles? So I know you kind of did answer that question about sharing people their struggles. But what's something that you could just put out there, like that you feel like maybe a lot of us are doing wrong and why we're single? What is something that you can say that maybe people might all have the same flaw in, or
Me personally, I think when people are single, they're stuck in their ways.
Oh my God.
Oh, I'm happy with being by myself. Like, I used to think like that. Like, I'm fine without a person, I'm fine without a man or whoever your loved one is. But truly, love is supposed to be around. So if you don't have that mindset thinking oh, I want to be single, I'm perfectly fine with being single. If you get out of that mindset, you'll be good. I think that would be the first thing. Making sure you're okay with not being okay with living single. Being ready for love, relationships. Some people get stuck in their mind like, oh, I just want to be single, or I'm fine, or my life's great. So.
Yeah. I really honestly do think that was just a great answer, that was such a great answer, because I feel like even with me, I've done that with myself. But the reason that I'm doing this is because I do believe in love. There was a point in relationships that I had that started off great. So it could have been things I did wrong. It could have been things that person did wrong. But I know that being in a relationship is way more beneficial spiritually with the right person.
I'll also say, not bringing your old relationship into your new relationship. Like, people would be like, oh, or set their boundaries high from the last person, but the last person obviously didn't treat you right, so now you got high standards, but, so
yes.
I feel like that plays a part in it too. Like, sometimes you have to lower your standards a little bit and work with the guy. If he's at 0 and you're at 50, make him be at 50 so he could be at 100.
Yeah.
Whatever the case may be. Yeah, that's what I feel.
That's some wisdom. That's some wisdom. So thank you so much for answering those questions, Queen. I really appreciate that. That was definitely wisdom. All right, so now we're talking with the significant other. We know from the questioning her that they've been together for 2 years and that they met each other in high school. So my question for you as the male, because I feel like we really need male figure input on relationships. The ones that make, like she said, that you bring out her, you take away, she has anxiety and she's antisocial. And, that was just really a beautiful thing that she said about you. And I think that we need more input from men. We need their education. The ones that are trying to deal with us, because we know we're a lot, women are a lot too, but But we come from queens, so we can't help it. We come from goddesses, so I apologize. All right. So what is the honest truth you can say to single people struggling to find the one, and they're still optimistic, so they're not wanting to give up on love, but they are by themselves and they are single?
Like she was saying, like love is gonna come around. Love is gonna come around. Like she was saying, love is gonna come around. You just have to don't be so uptight about it. You know, sometimes you gotta let people win. So you can't let your past affect your future, or something happened in the past. You don't want to let somebody in. You never know who you gonna meet. Like, you know, if a lady or a guy is looking for somebody, it could be somebody you would never know.
Yeah.
You know, like our love is 10 years old, and you know, so it's like it comes back around. You never know when it's gonna come back around.
Yeah.
So just keep looking. It's gonna happen. Can't be so uptight about it. You gotta let people win. Because you can't love if you don't let people win.
Yeah. That is true. All right. And what are the good things that have come out of you as a man from being with her?
I'm working on patience. You know, she's very supportive, inspiring. You know, she's a wonderful woman. So I say, as in like, she helps me when I'm down, and she helps me when I'm up. Like, no matter what, she's gonna be the best person, best version of her, and try to be the best version for me too. So that's what she does.
That is an awesome answer. I love it. All right. So this is the last one. What is some wisdom, truth you can just give to singles? People that, like in the previous questions, people that are by themselves, but they're not really giving up on love. But what is something that you can give some wisdom to, where, like I said to her, we all have our flaws. Some people are single because we don't want to look at ourselves, or it goes both ways. What's some wisdom that you could share?
I was saying, piggyback on what I was saying earlier, to loosen up a little bit. Because like I said, you never know who you're going to meet. So just loosen up. Sometimes you got to let somebody in, take risks, you know, do something you wouldn't normally do. And hopefully it all turns out well for you.
All right. I really, really appreciate that, y'all. Thank you. So there you have it. I am going to, get the answers for you guys. I want you to know that I don't just host speed dating events. I really do believe in love, and I do believe that love is important. And I believe that once you go through the process of healing and knowing your worth and knowing your self-value and understanding the value of a relationship, because a relationship is very valuable and it is very important, or we wouldn't have been created to have this longing to have someone. And, it gets a little bit nerve-wracking when you see a lot of people giving up on it. But what if it's because we're just not doing everything we can to really try to understand it, really try to keep love alive and keep love on this earth? So peace out for now. Next time, we'll get more insights from hopefully males, females, everyone in a relationship. We're opening to LGBTQ community because I believe that we could all learn something from each other in the spirit of cohabitating. That's something that we all love and that we all want to do. So why not get insight, on the outside world, and how are they staying in relationships? Why are they single? So shout out and thank you so much for those people that let me come up to them, a total stranger, to ask their insight on their life. So peace out till next time.